Her body's gold like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember. But we say we all fine, we all fine.
What's going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Today we got some more Division 1 gameplay, and we're holding on for the victory. So sorry, spoiler alert. However, today I wanted to talk about Division 1, Division 2, and the new game mode that EA just came out with. So EA came out with this new thing called competitive seasons. Now, I don't know if they're going to renew it after, the time expires or what, but competitive seasons is kind of like an online season hut thing where it goes for like a week and it's like in 2-day rounds. And we just completed round number 1 as of, what was it, last night at midnight, Pacific time, so California time. And today the new round starts, I think later today at like 6 o'clock or something, I don't really know. But it starts later today. So I'm going to be grinding the crap out of that, and hopefully I can get a better rank than the first one, because the first one was just atrocious. And like I've always said, I am not a bad player, right? I'm not an average player. I'd say I'm a pretty good player, right? I wouldn't be in Division 1 with the team I have if I wasn't a good player. Now, most teams I face in Division 1, Division 2, and in this new competitive seasons have all been pretty much full legend teams or full special card teams, full Movembers, team of the weeks, all those young blue cards, like all of those. And overall, I have not been having a good experience. And, for me, I just want to have fun, right? I really don't care if I win or lose, but the way I lose is literally the worst thing ever. Now, I've played COD since Black Ops 1, and I have never raged really that hard at a COD, right? I'd be mad, at a certain gunfight, or, be like, what? Scream, and be like, rage a little bit. But there's been no game ever that has made me rage as much as NHL does. And maybe it's because I'm super passionate about NHL, and super passionate about hockey. But no other game has made me rage this much. Now, the way I lose isn't just, this guy outplays me, he scores an extra goal, he gets a good shorthanded chance. No. It's because of, a poke check doesn't work, a stick lift doesn't work, my hit misses somehow, you call some kind of stupid penalty when it shouldn't have been a penalty, or you give me a random penalty, or, anything dumb like that you can think of would happen to me in a close game. Now, for instance, if you don't believe me of, things that happened to me, let's take last night, the 21st of January, 2017. Take this for example. I was playing competitive seasons last night, and not only was I tired because I just came back from a hockey game, but, there was 4 hours left. I figured, hey, my rank sucks right now. Let's try to go get it better. So, okay, I get on, play, and I play, I think, 2 games. 2. The first one was, just kind of nothing really went my way. No bounces, nothing. I'd throw it on net. I had more shots, more hits. And every shot I threw on net, nothing was going in. Nothing was tipping in. My shots just weren't going through. So nothing was going right. And, as much as I was getting chances and shots, I just didn't get the win. So I was like, whatever. It's a fluke game. Let's just go on to the next one. So then this was at like midnight, Eastern time. And I get out for the second one after taking about a 15-minute break from the other game. It was doing something. And I get out for the second game. And not only do I get on for the second game, but I was in the lead for this entire game. I was up 3-0 the entire game. Get into the third period, and of course, the ice tilt turns heavy. And not only does it turn on to where he comes back 1 goal, doesn't come back 2 goals, doesn't come back 3 goals, but it gets to the situation where it's 3-3 with 5 minutes left in the third period. Now, give or take, a few seconds on these times here, but, 3-3 with about 5 minutes left. I end up score 4-3, right? Super pumped. There's 3 or so minutes left at this point. So, we almost cut the time in half, almost. And we're near the end of the game. And I'm like, yes, all I got to do is hold on for this victory. And, I'm going to be happy. I'll probably have one more game, then probably go to bed because I'm super tired. Well, what happens next was literally incredible. Within 10 seconds of me scoring, he skates immediately through all of my players that are poke checking him, stick lifting him, hitting him, getting in his way. Everything you could possibly imagine someone doing to play defense on another player happened. Yet he was able to skate right through it. Nothing happens. So, okay, so you skate through all of my defensemen tied up with just about a minute and a half left. So, okay, no big deal. Let's try to get this goal. Hopefully the ice tilt comes back our way. So we get down to about 6 seconds left. And he eventually dumped it in, and I was skating up the left boards with my left defenseman being Wade Redden, a 94 overall card. And I was going to bank it off the boards, put it up to my winger who was sitting at the blue line. And the other guy was on a line change. The other guy was forechecking me. So he was at the left circle there, above the blue line, you know what I mean? So he was about there. And he wasn't controlling him. He was controlling a guy that he was purposely skating to the bench for, the idea of a line change. So I try to pass it up the boards to my winger, who's wide open because he's on a line change. And not only does he not switch onto that player in forecheck, but the computer poke checks the puck. Now, not only does the computer poke check the puck, but he then obviously switches onto that player because it forces you to. And then he skates through 3 players, stick lifting, poke checking, hitting, getting in the way, almost doing anything but taking the stick out of his hands. Skates through, scores with 0.9 seconds left. 0.9 seconds, guys. Now, I didn't make that up at all, right? That's all true. The times may be a little varied. I don't remember the exact times, but they were very, very close. So you can kind of see the timeline of, me being in control of the entire game, to nothing starts going my way. He instantly comes back, and, the ice tilt is real. Now, immediately after that game, I was like, there's no way that just happens to me. So I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, came back to my station, played one more game. I was up 2-0 going into the second period. Within a minute, 1 minute into the second period, he's now up 3-2. Guess what happens next? I turned off my Xbox, pulled up my sheet, got under the covers, went to bed. I was done with that game. I could not handle any more of NHL 17 that night. I eventually, end up coming up with a horrible record, a horrible rank. Probably not going to get much of anything from, the rewards for, the competitive season. But at that point, I didn't care, right? I knew my rank wasn't going to get any better no matter how many games I played that night. And, I was just too tired to where I just stopped caring. And I just couldn't do it. So, this competitive seasons, it is a great idea if it was fair and balanced. But with, teams joining into the seasons with full legend teams, they shouldn't be matched up against guys that don't have a full legend team. Does that make sense? So because I played two games that were both, a guy was like a big Boston fan or something. So he basically had the full Boston lineup with the exception of like a couple people. So he's a Boston fan, support who you like. That doesn't matter to me. But, his team wasn't very good. He had Bergeron and Krejci and then Marchand. But other than that, he didn't really have any high-rated cards. So, he realistically should not win that game. Now, if you take the number 1 player in the world and give him a crappy lineup, I wonder how he'd play. Right? Would he play the same? Would he be just as dominant? But, they shouldn't be matching up, a full legend teams compared to, a team full of, half, base card rares and, common, that just doesn't make sense. So now my point is, pretend there was some kind of system to, they have that, 5-star rating system thing. My team's a 4.5 stars. So, right, I'm one of those top teams. But those 5-star teams that are full legends are always going to be, have that more ice tilt, have that more chances. The bounce is going to go more their way. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and the way I play. So, if you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy it, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Just a couple kids.